Good morning, Plank Talk Nation. Today is day number 175 in the Plank Talk Challenge for the Wellness Diva in the House of Diva Pilates and Wellness. So right now I'm actually testing out my new phone, so I'm recording in two places. So if you see me looking like that, it's because I'm trying to make sure that I'm visible in both areas, but I still haven't figured out the mechanics of this phone, so that's why I'm still using my computer to plank with also. So once I figure out the phone, then I'm sure I could give my computer a break, because it has truly been giving me issues on the planking situation. So, but it's just not trying to stop. So, I got to find another way. But I did get a new phone, so I'm happy about that. So, let's see. I actually dropped a pound this week. I don't know if it's because I started doing those workouts with the alphabet that Candace Camille came up with, but I actually stepped on the scale this morning and I was down a pound. I'm like, oh, okay, we like that. Weight loss without trying. Not that I was trying to lose weight, because I'm not, but when you're active every day, it can happen, especially if you're eating a certain way, and it will start to take effect. And I believe that that's what's going on with me here. So it is definitely not a problem for me. So that's actually what I want to talk about today. I would like to talk about nutrition, especially when it relates to women who are in menopause, because believe me, what you eat affects how your body's going to react when you're in menopause, because certain things will trigger certain menopausal symptoms. Like if you're eating sugar. I have to stretch because that workout this morning, even though my workout was love on the alphabet workout, I'll tell you something, those 2-minute wall sits will jack you up. They will definitely get you. So there it is. So I'm going to stretch and then come the other way, stretch out. I miss my girlfriend Inez. I miss seeing her every day doing her plank. Same way I miss my girl Sherry Harris. That was my company, and now I have my company no more. But it's all good. I still got my other plank sisters hanging out. All right, that is much better. I needed that little stretch there for a second. Alrighty, so not really too talkative much this morning, but I would, like I said, like to talk about nutrition for menopausal women. If there's one thing that we should definitely stay away from, it's the sugar. The sugar is the one thing that will trigger off many menopausal symptoms, not just the hot flashes. I mean, people think, oh yeah, it's going to do the hot flashes, but it's not just those. It can also trigger off that body stiffness that you experience sometimes in menopause. It can affect your mood. It can trigger mood swings. It can trigger depression. It can trigger fatigue, a whole bunch of other things that you wouldn't believe is related to consuming refined sugars related to menopause. You wouldn't believe it, but a lot of little issues that you had can actually return. So it's not just the hot flashes, and that body stiffness that you can sometimes get. It's not a joke. I've had it. Waking up for my wellness this morning. Here we go. So yeah, the sugar could trigger a lot of symptoms that you don't really have to go through. Once you cut that out, you'll find yourself having a lot less hot flashes, a lot less body stiffness, aches and pains. Oh, and the biggest thing, you'll find yourself experiencing a lot less bloating when you eliminate those sugary foods from your diet. The bloating that you experience, and a lot of times when you're in menopause, you do experience bloating. But when you eliminate the sugars, it'll actually cut down on a lot of that bloating. And also, if you're in menopause, you should consider, if you're not already, you should consider taking the probiotic, because what that does is it cuts down not only on the bloating, but it actually improves your digestive system so that you're better able to digest foods. And of course, that means it's going to cut down on that bloating. And so that'll boost your immune system too. So those are things. But caffeine is another one that should be avoided. Excessive salt should be avoided. And then what you have to do is you have to get to know your body's reaction to certain foods, because certain foods can actually trigger certain reactions. And if you want to know what those are, you have to really, really pay attention to what your body is telling you and the signs that it gives you after you eat a certain thing. Now for me, I was a straight up ice cream lover, looking up for the missing children, known as Monique Foundation. I was a serious ice cream person. I loved ice cream. But after a while, this is even before I went into menopause, this is years before I went into menopause, I noticed that not long after I ate ice cream, my body reacted a certain way, and it wasn't it wasn't a good thing. That went straight in my eye, looking up again for the missing children. And that wasn't a good thing. That was not a good thing at all for me, because my stomach would blow up to a point where I looked really distorted. That's how bad it was. I looked distorted. So that let me know. And then the feeling was so uncomfortable. Another thing was milk. If I had anything that had to do with milk, that was a big no-no for me. So, and I was a cereal eater. I loved my cold cereal, still do, but I don't use cow's milk anymore. I use almond milk or soy milk, and then I can still have my cereal when I want it, you know. But those are things that my body would react to. Store-bought cakes and things like that, I had to give all of that up. All of that had to go, because my body reacted to the refined sugars in those things. So that had to go. And what happened was I would notice that shift in the way my body felt. So if I ate something naturally sweet like fruit and things like that, I didn't get the same reactions that I would get if I wasn't eating natural fruits, you know, with natural sugars in them. So, and then what made me decide to stop eating meat is because I noticed that, you know, after I would eat a meal that contained meat, I would have the symptoms, you know, the hot flashes would come, indigestion would come, you know, acid reflux would come. And I thought about trying, you know, the organic meat, and I did for a while. But then after a while, I just decided, you know, I was just gonna give it up. Just, you know, you make a decision based on your own personal preferences. And I just decided that I was going to give up meat because I couldn't always get organic meat, and I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to go one time eating organic meat and then the next time eating regular, because that didn't work for me either. So I just decided on a personal level to give it up, and the benefits were definitely there for me. So not only did I lose weight after giving up meat, but those digestive issues that would plague me after I ate meat were gone. And I mean, I'm not talking about the same day that I eat the meat. I'm talking about the same day, the next day, and the day after. I would still have these symptoms. So it's like, what are you gonna do? You're either gonna keep battling this or you're just gonna give it up. So I just made the decision to let it go. So let me come out of this plank for a minute. So that's what I wanted to relay to those who are actually going through menopause and you're contemplating. If you're going through those changes and you're feeling the effects of the foods that you're eating, make a journal or create a log and just record everything that you eat in this log, and then write down record how your body reacted and what you had to do to get relief. How many times a week did you have to do this thing? And then ask yourself the question, is it worth it? Because if it's not worth it to do that, to go through all of that, then that might be something that you may need to eliminate from your diet. And it'll only benefit you, it won't hurt. When doctors tell us we need to stop eating certain things or do certain things, a lot of times we listen and a lot of times we don't. But when your body tells you something, that's its way of letting you know, listen, I don't like this. This is not working for me. A doctor can tell you this and a doctor can tell you that, but your body can tell you more than any doctor ever could what it doesn't like and what's not going to work for it. And we pretty much know. What we do is we compensate for it. We'll go and we'll buy some type of over-the-counter relief for whatever ails us because of what we ate. But we know that that's really not the answer either. I knew that really wasn't the answer either, but I wasn't ready to give certain things up yet. But then once I decided to give certain things up, then the decision was easy. It was very simple. I had my answer. You give this up, you feel better. The choice that I made was, do I want to feel good or do I want to feel bad and then have to go and get something for relief, knowing that I could have avoided it? So I just made the choice, and that's the choice I made, was to eat healthier. I gave up meat, gave up those refined sugary foods, well, most of the time, because I'll admit I slip back too, but I don't get those reactions because most of my meals for the day are meals that are natural, organic, and healthy. So I'm not worried if I slip off the wagon and eat a piece of cake or have a few cookies or whatever, because it's not like it's going to happen to me every day. And I'm not going to do that every day, and I know this, but I'm a cookie monster, and I'll admit, I'll tell anybody, yes, I am a serious cookie monster. You put a pack of Vienna fingers in front of me, and I'll be hard-pressed to let them things go. But when you have things like that, if you know you have that weakness, then you do things to keep those things away from you. Like I won't buy them certain things and put them in my house to tempt me. I just won't do it. The truth of the matter is, I crave the healthier treats now anyway. That's what I crave on a daily basis, my healthy treats and everything. So that's pretty much what I go for. I love my smoothies and my juices, and I can make my own cookies if I want, my own protein bars, all of that. So I'm pretty good, whether I could satisfy any craving that I have with fruit or my own naturally created desserts, which I can do anytime I want. So that's what you have to do. You have to set yourself up so that you can be successful. You can't say you're not going to do certain things and then put them in front of you, because we're all made of flesh, and the flesh is weak, so we're going to go for it. So if you know you need that extra strength, then certain things you just don't put in front of you so that you're not tempted to indulge in them until you get your body to a point where you feel good every day. It's not good if you have one good day out of a month. There's something wrong with that. I experienced that, and that's definitely not a good thing. It's not good if every day you come home from work, you're too exhausted to even sit up and talk to someone or watch a program or even go back out later on in the day if you wanted to, or go somewhere after work. That's not normal, okay? And there may not be anything seriously wrong with you, but something is going on where your body is not giving you the optimum performance that it should. So that's where some changes has to be made. This is what happens to a lot of women who are in menopause. Suddenly they have no energy, or they have low energy, and they can't figure it out. Okay? That's what Diva Pilates and Wellness is all about. That's why I decided to become a certified detox coach, body and soul detox coach. That's why I am the Wellness Diva, because I learned about these things and I just want to share with others, because I know there's a lot of people out here, women, especially a lot of women who are older or in menopause, they're just not feeling their best, and that should never be. You should feel good every single day, every day. If you're gonna have a bad day out of a week, out of a month, it should be that one day. Not the way I was, where I had one good day. That's not acceptable. It wasn't acceptable to me, and it shouldn't be acceptable to you. So I'm gonna end this plank now because I'm getting a little tired. But give yourself the gift of wellness, because wellness is the gift that keeps on giving. Have you treated yourself to wellness today? If not, why not start today? You can start today with joining this Plank Talk Challenge. You can start today by contacting me about my 28-day body and soul detox program. Get more information. I'll be doing a free webinar soon, and I'll be announcing that. And you could join me and learn a lot of things that you need to know about health and wellness. So I will see you all tomorrow for day number 176 in the Plank Talk Challenge. You all stay blessed and stay well, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.